What's up, guys? Joe here, and we have today Josh Kippenberg, Midwest gaming player, who got first place at the Through the Decades Alti-Caius tournament about 2 weeks ago at this point. He went undefeated in Swiss, so what, 7-0, 6-0?
6-0.
6-0, and then did you play out top 8 or top 16?
Top 8, so what, 9-0? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So played Machina. Why did you decide to play this deck over one of like the big three decks or something else?
Your frame is so good. And so is Fortress.
Sure.
And Avarice. Yeah, those
Average is
cards.
crazy. Yeah, so looking at the list briefly, uh, the first thing that stands out to me is Cyber Valley. What did you think about this card? How did it perform for you?
Oh, dude, that card was broken. I got a lot of the inspiration from Joey Lynch. Shout out Joey Lynch. He's a big advocate for this deck. And he was playing Cyber Valley and Caius. And I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. And in theory, it's really good because you max out on the hamsters and it like fixes the consistency issues just like a little bit that Machina usually has.
Sure. So instead of like converting the hamster stuff into fodder for Caius, it's fodder for Cyber Valley.
Yeah, because Caius is like I don't know, it's like offensive, but your gear frame and your fortress are just so good offensively by themselves. You just want to like see those rather than see a Caius.
Did you ever run into issues where like your plays got stopped, but like by oppression, and like you struggled to out it because you didn't have the Caius, or did you just have something like I see you're studying the three dust tornado as well, so had a lot of
Yeah, I
outs.
didn't get oppression a single time.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no oppressions, but I don't know. You have a bunch of Raikos, a bunch of hamsters. Those play
Right.
really well into it. Gear frame's a pretty big normal summon, so if they haven't established something with the oppression, then gear frame's usually like good enough to stall until you draw like your Raikos, hamsters, Lila,
Sure.
charge, MST. Yeah, I have a lot of outs to it, but
Right. How did you like Plague in the deck?
yeah, Plague's really nice. So you think you'd make a lot of Synchro sixes, but the card I made the most was X Saber Gothams
Sure. Yep.
because I'd attack Fortress and they'd drop a Gores, and then just make Gothams and sit on that with like a trap card.
Yeah, Gotham's is huge.
Yeah,
So,
it's really nice.
did you also like main decking the mind control?
Yeah, that's to pair with the Cyber Valley. Just having that with the brain
Sure.
control. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's more ways to like make Cyber Valley better.
that makes sense. Did you ever miss the third D prison or the third compulse?
No, so I was on one compulse at the start, and then I was like, no, I gotta play two. Because that card with Gear Frame is so broken.
Yeah, that seems like one of the better traps in this deck, or at least the deck that can take advantage of compulse the best.
Yeah, like the only way you could like fit it is I was thinking about cutting Card Trooper because I don't know, and this deck's like, eh.
Sure. Yeah, I'm also not a
And,
big fan of Card Trooper in general.
yeah, and that card gets hit by Cyber Dragon. So like games 2 and 3, like don't even really play it.
Sure, that
So I
makes
don't
sense.
know why I'd play it. Yeah. So you could cut that for a third compulse or a third D prison. But
Do you like the Yadas over something like Upstart?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was really nice.
And then moving on to the side deck, so you cited three crows and the Chaos Sorcerer. How were those
Yeah.
cards?
Yo, I dropped Chaos Sorcerer like 3 times. It's really nice because the DD Crow. So I played against one Chaos Fairy and two Christia Sworn. Those have been doing good the past few like big tournaments. So I thought that they'd be like really like played.
Mhm.
So Crow helps with that matchup. And then if you have another bomb like Chaos Sorcerer rather than your machine monsters, then it's really nice. Also, banishing monsters is way better than destroying them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that was really it came up a lot.
The last thing that sticks out to me on this side is Needle Sealing. How did this card perform for you?
Yeah, really good against Christia Sworn. It's really nice because they swarm the board. They like double JD, or they like have a monster plus Christia.
Sure.
Yeah, plus that, and this deck like frog matchups like pretty wonky. So
Yeah, I agree.
just that. If you out the Duplock, then it's like a pretty easy matchup. But if they just sit on Duplock, you have very minimal ways to out it. That's also why the mind control and the Cyber Valley are super nice.
Sure. Yeah, it definitely seems like it would make the frog matchup a little harder
Moving on to
without
the
that.
extra deck. Um, Looks pretty standard to me.
Yeah,
I guess the only thing, like the dark end, was probably for the Chaos Arc Plague play, right?
yeah, and like mind control, brain control for Caius
Sure.
or Armed Wing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is there anything you would have changed in the extra deck?
Yeah, I would have played Urquizas over like Mistworm
Okay, sure.
or Armory Arm. I feel like those are the two cuttable cards. Or no, actually, Armory Arm comes up like a niche amount, but I think it would be Ancient Fairy and Mistworm because Ancient Fairy is like not very good.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to see ways of making a 7 outside of taking a 5, which should be like, what even? I don't even know what level 5 monsters you can take. Sirocco, I guess.
Mm. I don't know. I just threw it in there.
Sure. Are there any
It's like
changes you would make to the side or extra main deck?
my body's like weird. I don't know if that card's very good. I don't know what I'd play over it though.
Sure.
Needle ceilings are cool. No, just maybe the card trooper over like a third D person or a third compulse.
Okay. So
Yeah.
did you like having like a pretty high trap count and then not playing something like Solemn?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't know. You don't really need to like. I don't really think you need to play into heavy as much. Or if you get heavy, that's fine. Because if you're setting multiple backer, they probably had multiple backer set. Like I'm never setting two into an open board.
Right.
Maybe it's just me as a player, but I don't think I played Solemn in this deck.
And then I guess like something else I noticed is you're not playing Iron Wall at all. Is that a card that you've considered?
No, I haven't even thought about that honestly. What would that be for? Like the value matchup?
Yeah, it's really good in the value matchup, and also it makes sure that your fortresses or your fortress and your other stuff just like stick because you're not losing to bottomless and deep prison.
Yeah, no, that. Oh wait, that'd be really nice actually.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
pretty
no,
common thing.
I would definitely play that card.
Okay,
I
what would you cut?
my body maybe one needle ceiling. I feel like three is like I don't know. Side decking is super wonky. I feel like in this format.
Sure.
So like siding like three needle ceilings and three crows into the frog matchup and Dynas is a lot. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, I'd probably cut needle ceiling down to two. I'd probably cut my body and then maybe yeah, probably those. I'd probably just play two.
Did,
I feel like three dust is mandatory for Blackwing.
yeah, I agree. Um, is there ever a world where you main the sorcerer? I suppose it isn't very good without Krillbang in your deck.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Okay,
Maybe I'd cut that, but I don't know. It's cool. I'm still testing it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to say?
Shout out Joe. Shout out all the guys from Cincinnati. Shout out Jesters. Yeah. Shout out Joey Lynch because his deck was insane.
Excellent. Thank you so much.